The Dutch government has backed plans to make euthanasia legal for children under 12 years old. It's currently legal in the Netherlands for teenagers and newborns with their parents' consent. The controversial issue has sparked months of fierce debate within the four-party ruling coalition. Well, to discuss this further, we're joined now by Eduard Verhagen, who was one of the doctors behind the first child euthanasia law. Well, thanks for taking time to speak to us here on the programme. Let me begin by asking you why children under the age of 12 weren't concerned by the measures in the Gothenburg Agreement.
Well, we first decided to study newborn death and dying thoroughly. And from that, we decided to make special regulation for the extreme cases where suffering could not be stopped other than by hastening death. Later on, parents as well as healthcare professionals pointed out that in even rarer situations, older children sometimes encounter the same problematic death. And so that sparked the discussion within the pediatric community to try to find ways to understand that better.
Okay. And what checks or measures are in place to ensure that this proposed legislation isn't abused?
Well, first of all, the legislation that is now announced by the Minister of Health has to be designed and will be ready around May 2021. So what will probably happen is that, of course, parents must always ask for active life ending. There must be hopeless and unbearable suffering that cannot be stopped with the palliative care measures that are known. And of course, there must be second and third opinions in line with the decision of the pediatrician. Then afterwards, there will always be a public review of the case and publication of the case. So it will be fully transparent.
Now, what would you say to people who say that euthanasia, especially where children are concerned, is unethical?
Well, I understand that for many people, euthanasia is difficult to understand for many reasons. However, in Holland, since 2002, when the euthanasia law was adopted, we've learned to use euthanasia or get used to euthanasia. And so this discussion is no longer ongoing in our country.
Eduard Verhagen, one of the doctors behind the Netherlands' first child euthanasia law. Thanks for joining us here on the programme.